This is Beards, motherfucker.
That
Oh,
says
I forgot
Bears.
the beard. Fuck.
You know what? Like your ass is
Oh, we're
fired.
live now, bro.
I
We're
don't give a
live
fuck if I'm
again.
cussing either. I really don't, because this is your fault, Shane. This is your fault. Like, how you got one job, motherfucker. One job.
Well,
God,
It don't.
hey.
Yo, it doesn't
We
show
went
on the
into-
live stream. We're good.
we it was just a cutoff. That's all. It was a heel cutoff. That's all.
It was a quick commercial break. That's all.
It was like, shut up, motherfucker.
We got time.
But I did have a question for you since we're also
Okay.
to try to go off of what Shane was talking about of what do you think
Fucking
of
Shane.
wrestling? Who is your favorite wrestler that you would say or most talented wrestler? I wouldn't say live now, like mainstream.
Roman Reigns.
My favorite now. That's on live.
Fucking
Yeah,
disappeared.
I like Roman. I like everything that's going on about him. You know, I really, really do. He's
They should
a
have
lot
done
of
that.
people. A lot of people dogged him for years about this and that he couldn't be that guy. And look at him now; he's that guy, and everybody's like, "Oh, I don't get a chance to watch it every week. I try to follow up, follow it at least somewhat, but he's the guy right now. Say what you want, but he's the guy. I really like what they're doing with him. So yeah, I always liked the Shield, like all them guys. I always liked them, But Roman, what they're doing right now, yeah, he's definitely my favorite.
All right, awesome. Hey, I can't do nothing but agree more, especially with that choice.
Like,
do you like wrestling?
Like wrestling or main event?
Mid card or main event?
When I was younger in the business, of course I wanted main event, just because I was younger, you have that like chip on your shoulder, like I have a lot to prove, yada yada yada. As I got older, I was happy I was in the first 3 matches, just because, I wanted to get it done and over with. So, but main event's cool. Trouble is you got to wait all freaking night for your match. So the show's long.
Definitely.
You're sitting there all night until it's all said and done. But if you're like first, second, or third, it's done and over with, and then you can chill the rest of the night. Oh, but I like both. But as I got older, definitely liked it. In the beginning, main event was early in my career. Now I'm like, nah, I don't want to be that main event guy anymore.
I remember when you cashed in on Petey for the heavyweight title.
The night that I almost got shot. The night I almost got shot.
Yeah, right. He was gonna shoot you. He was like, "Let me go get my gun. Let me go get my gun. I'm gonna shoot.
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot him. Hold on." He was like, "No, you stay right there."
I was gonna get shot. Yep.
Yeah. He was like, "Let me go get my gun real quick."
And like that type of stuff is what I think the indie scene is lacking. Like I just like only granted, we work the boys, which a lot of people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't work the boys," but the raw reaction that we got out of everybody, the fans couldn't tell if it was real or if it was, all worked up, so that was the best part. When guys were in the ring holding me back and saying, "Hey, is this real?" You damn right it's real. That piece of shit over there, I'm gonna kill him, Well, what? Why? Like, oh my god! Like, and they're like, they can't believe it because they've known me and Rob forever, and they're like, they've never like wrestled, they never did anything, and then, that night that we got into it, and like fans couldn't believe it, and because we always had that mutual respect, but when that stuff went down, man, the boys didn't know what to think. I remember when I finally came back in the building, Delicious was crying because he said he didn't know what to do. Because he said, I got my 2 best friends fighting, and and he thought it was legit. That emotion is priceless because the fans see that. They're going, man, this wasn't supposed to happen. Like, holy hell. Like, what the hell's going on? That intrigues for the next show going, what's going to happen from here. That's what sells tickets. That's what pushes going. We have to come to the next show. Did you just see what they did here? Holy hell. You know, that type of eye-grabbing stuff, that raw emotion, you can't put a price on that. You can't put a spin on that. You know, just because, yeah, we can all sell to a certain extent, but that shock value is what sells and what draws, because they just like, what happened? I don't know. You know, people can't fathom what happened. So what's the next thing? We go to the next show. You know, we have to go to the next show to see what's what. You know,
and that was kind of leading to my last question I have was, you know, what's indie wrestling missing today?
It's missing. I think it's just it's missing the surprises. It's missing the overall, just the magic behind it. You know, I always thought wrestling was, you know, I always considered wrestling like magic. We're all magicians, you know, and we're all in the, you know, now since the business is open and everybody knows what's what, you know, like we're my opponent, or we're working together to make magic, you know, because if you think about it, like wrestling and magic kind of go hand in hand. You know, you have a good magician, and you know you have the old magician where they go, "Hey, I'm going to pull a rabbit out of the hat," and they're trying and they're failing, and you're like, "Oh, God, this guy sucks. What the hell?" Wrestling's the same way. You go watching guys and they can't punch right or they can't do anything right, and they're just like, "God, this is terrible." But then you go to that flip side, and you get somebody say like Chris Angel, who's like, "Hey, see that thing over there? See that car? Watch this." Boom, and it disappears. And you're going, how the hell did you do that? Magic. You want to see it reappear? Yeah. It does whatever, and it reappears. And you're like, how? You know, people are going, I don't, you know, and he does, I'm not, you know, he doesn't reveal. And even though people know it's predetermined and, you know, but they don't know who's winning or losing. So you go out there and you just put on the clinic, that magic between two guys beating the hell out of each other. Not saying you have to kill each other, you have to stiff each other, you know, and make people bleed or whatever. But you have that magic. We're magicians going, hey, we're going to put on a match and it's going to look believable. It looks like I'm going to beat the crap out of you. You're going to beat the crap out of me. And it's going to look real. And at the end of the day, people are going to like, I can't tell if they were working together or not, because that seems really real right now, you know? And I know, you know, it was a touchy subject for a lot of people, but let me ask you a question. How many people you ever think, how many people asked Chris Benoit if he thought it was fake or not? Benoit was one of the downright most looked like vicious guys. You know, he brought his A game every single time. He'd punch, he'd kick. It looks like he's beating the shit out of you. Okay? Nobody ever questioned him. Nobody. Because you're just going,
nope.
He was built good, which was a plus, but he's hitting, he's kicking, and he's clotheslining, and he's elbowing. He's doing whatever. He's suplexing like he's trying to kill you. Nobody ever questioned him. But at the end of the day, what he did was safe. You know, he hit you where it was safe. He dropped you where it was safe. It just looked devastating. You know, his punches look great. His kicks look great. His forearms, his chops. Magic. Because if you think about it, he's punching somebody in the face. Why aren't they bleeding? Why aren't they black and blue? You know? Yeah, mistakes happen where you accidentally clock somebody and you make, you know, bloody nose, or you may get them in the eye and you're like, hey, I got a black and blue spot. Happens. But he did it so well. And nobody ever questioned him. If you brought that intensity every time that's of all the indies guys now would wrestle like him, the indie scene would be flourishing, because people are becoming going, those guys, look at them guys do, look what they go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's missing. That magic of putting matches together, and instead of like, tag will drop down, blah, blah, pass by, monkey, spot monkeys just putting, which, don't get me wrong, there's stuff for that. But storytelling, in my eyes, storytelling is the way to go. You can do spots. There's nothing wrong with that if you're telling stories. But at the end of the day, you want to tell that story for the people to be going, cheering you, booing you, some kind of reaction. Because a reaction is better than no reaction. And honestly, if you're in a match and the crowd just goes, that's not a reaction. That's like a tennis match. You don't want that. You want them going, I hate you, you piece of garbage, or yay, or they're just, come on. You want that reaction. And without that, what is wrestling? What do you have?
I definitely think probably, yeah. I think probably one of the biggest moments that I've had was when I wrestled Ricky, and then everyone that basically I've learned from all stood up and were clapping. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that made me love wrestling even more was to know that the people I learned from, at least I'm doing something right and I know what I'm pretty much doing for the most part.
And that's the key, is making it look legit, making it look, you don't want to be making a joke out of it. And that's the thing. And I think that's what wrestling today needs to be. I'm not saying it has to be more physical, but it has to look more physical. If I'm going to punch somebody, I want to make sure it looks like I'm punching them. Of course, the selling and everything has to be there. But at the end of the day, the end of the product needs to be look like 2 guys or 4 guys or how many guys are in the ring, beat the crap out of each other, making it look as real as possible to the point where people are going, man, I don't know, this is so good. I hate that guy. I like that guy. And they suspend the disbelief that this stuff is, supposedly this is not real. Well, why is he beating the crap out of him? That's the thing, when people are going, oh, I think he's beating the crap out of him for real. I think they hate each other. You're doing your job. Yeah. That's the magic. That's the overall, hey, I'm going to do this, and that's the magician of the hat, or, hey, I just made that whole freaking building disappear. What? Wrestling. You go out there, you put on a clinic going, wow, that was awesome. Holy crap. And that's what I think that's what's missing. The intensity, the magic of wrestling is just eluded everybody because everybody just wants to get in there, get their stuff in, and get out. It doesn't work like that.
The faster you are, the worse the match is.
Yeah. Well, there's no story, and if you are not believable, nobody's going to believe in you. Everybody has their own character. If your character is not believable, I don't care what you do, nobody's going to get behind you unless you're that local boy and you're sold 30 tickets. Then you're going to have that fans going, yay! But if you go into a town that nobody knows you and you don't perform, those people aren't going to be like, who is this guy? And they're not going to care about you.
I definitely think before we end this podcast, let's get into your seminar that's coming up.
Sure. So when I was asked to do this, Dino, the guy that's running the show, he goes, I got these kids on the show, got a couple of these kids. I think they could use some, guidance. I was like, okay. So why don't you do one? You're there, I have the ring. I'm already help running the back. I'm in Gorilla back there, He goes, why don't you do something? Why don't you do one? He goes, make some extra money for yourself, but these kids really need help. Some of these schools, they're not doing what do you think they should be? He goes, would you be willing to do it? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So he said, come up with something, make something up. And I did. And I don't want it to be like a regular seminar. I do, but I don't. What I want is my envision. That's why I called it a wrestling roundtable. Is that so? I want people to learn something from it. I want discussions. I want people to be able to ask questions. Sure, we're going to go over stuff. Don't get me wrong. We're going to go over a lot of the stuff that I have on the poster that I would talk about. But ring presence, psychology, promos, social media, learning to be on social media, and make sure that you do it the right way. You want to keep drama off your social media page, because if you're a drama queen, none of the big companies are going to hire you. So I want to be able to talk to guys and say, hey, structure yourself, network yourself. You guys got to learn to be professional. This is what this is, right? Professional wrestling. So be a professional from start to end. When you show up, make sure you're there early, not just on time. Get there early. Help if you need to help out, and just in general, there's a lot of guys I think either forget or they don't know, they weren't taught. So I want to be able to bring a whole nother side and light, and if anybody has any questions about it, we can discuss. Okay, what about this scenario? What about that? Because in the end of the day, you have to, this business is about your brand. You have to have promoters that say, hey, I want to come in for wrestle for you. I want to work for you. Great. But why should I hire you? What are you going to bring to the table for me? And without that, you've got nothing. So sometimes you just need that little incentive, like, hey, I'll promote it. I'll do this. I'll be, this, that, whatever. You want to give them stuff to go, all right, kid, you know what? I'll give you a chance. Get your foot into that door. And then when you get that foot in the door, bust that door open wide and say, all right, I'm here. Whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do. I'm a team player. I'm not a single player. I'm a team player. You need me to do anything, I'm going to do it. Because at the end of the day, if you want to go to AEW, if you want to go to New Japan, you want to go to WWE, wherever you want to go, you're going to be a team player. There's no I in team. And if you're not going to be that team player, they ain't going to hire you. Because at the end, they're like, hey, we need you to do this. We need you to do that. Okay, you got it. I'll go do it. So that's my seminar. I want everyone to get around and learn something from it. That's my goal.
And there's still slots available.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know how many are going to be there, but
She looks, she got her dick.
Anybody that wants to show up, are more than welcome to show up to learn something. It's open to anybody, any level. So whether you're just starting out or you got a couple years and you just want to hang out and listen and maybe get something that maybe you didn't think about, or a different view, because hey, we all still, if you don't learn, I'm still learning. I'm in 31 years and I'm still learning stuff. So there's no excuse for nobody to be like, oh, I have nothing to learn anymore. I know everything. Bull crap. If that's the case, you might as well get out, because
Hit
you're
her.
always going to learn.
Hit
who?
her.
Hit who?
Hit her. Oh, I'm watching
Hit
Raw.
who?
Hit her. Rhea Ripley. Hit her.
Now, I have a question. Now, going off of that as well, with your seminar coming up, and also also at the dungeon, how would people actually get in contact with you if they wanted to know more information about how to get in contact with the seminar or try to start wrestling at the dungeon?
Well, I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I got all the handles. You can look me up that way. I also have a Dungeon Facebook page as well. Everybody can check that out. Dungeon Strong. Just go to facebook.com/Dungeon Strong. That'll take you right to the Dungeon page. But you can contact me. Like I said, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. You can message me there. I'm on Twitter as well. So,
yes, sir.
Well, yeah. So any of that social media, anybody can get a hold of me at any time. So,
Oh man, that is amazing. But
Sounds
that's
good.
all I had. Mo, you got any last words for Mr. Mark?
All right, so listen. It's been a pleasure. I was watching Raw, like Rhea Ripley was all up in Solo Sequoia's face, and I was like, man, hit her, like hit her. Like so, I was distracted, but like I wasn't distracted. My mic wasn't working for a few minutes, which was because I moved something on my thing. But here's the thing: what can you say to someone who just listened to your podcast
Mm-hmm.
that is confused on what they are trying to do with their career?
The best thing they can do is contact me.
Mhm.
Message me. Let's talk. My door is open to anybody that is willing to listen, wanting to learn. I'm an open book. My door always is open because I believe that, as it was for me years ago, I'm just here to help people get better, whether it's character development, whether it's, psychology, helping out with the business, whatever. Don't be afraid to message me. People have my number. They can text me, message me, however you want to get a hold of me, email me, dungeonstrong at Gmail. I mean, so many ways that you can get a hold of me. But if you're confused, you're not sure, or you just, you're looking for, some kind of different answer, talk to me. Like I said, I'm here to help anybody and anybody that's willing to listen. That's what it comes down to. If you're willing to learn, then I'm willing to teach. But you have to be willing. You got to be that guy that wants to. Don't come to me and like, I want to, but then if I give advice and you just do something totally different, well, you're just wasting your time. You're wasting my time. I'm not saying
Exactly.
everything. I'm not saying that everything that I'm saying is going to be right, but I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to, give you my advice. I'm willing to hopefully point you in the right direction where you want to go. Because there, I don't think there's enough people out there like that anymore. There's a lot of them that are just,
Try to take your money.
take the money and just like clueless on what to do next, or afraid to ask what to do next. So, but yeah, get a hold of me somehow, some way. Somebody somehow has my number. I'm on social media. Like I said, I'm on all of them. You can get a hold of me, message me. Don't be afraid to, and talk to me. Because like I said, I'm willing to help anybody that wants to get help.
All righty then. Now hold on before you go. Now
Okay.
this week on Wednesday we're gonna have General Kiesel on the show. Now, also next Monday night we will have the one and the only hardcore icon Rob Noxious. Monday night.
Nice.
But Wednesday, Shane, play the promo.
Promo. What promo?
Right, you made it like you had a promo.
Well, what, bro?
Now everybody
No, I'm
on
saying
here
that
watching.
we're having
Shane acting like he didn't text me General Kiesel about General Kiesel.
General Kiesel will be on this Wednesday, and we'll definitely be on at 7. But don't forget the shows that are upcoming. We have CCW the 28th of this month. We have Seven Mountains the 11th of February. And then we have EWA in Jersey on the 25th of February. And remember, we are having tryouts at Fort Knox of the month of March. It is free tryouts the whole entire month. And, of course,
Mr. Mark
Mess Seminar February 25th, 2 to 3 p.m. You do not want to miss it. So get your spot.
They're like, Oh.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
So Wednesday.
that's pretty much it. Thank you for.
All right.
We'll see everybody Wednesday. Mr. Mark Mess, it was a pleasure with you being here today. We appreciate your time, and we
Thank you guys. I appreciate it all, guys.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I
We'll-
appreciate it.
We always love you, Mark. Like fat kids love cake.
Yes,
That's right. That's fat kids.
We'll never
definitely
stop
love cake.
loving you. They'll never stop loving you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you
Oh.
being our first.
All right,
This is
man.
the first installment. Everything should go better at the next show, guys.
I'm
This
sure it
is
will.
one and only Marvelous Malcolm King. You know, I'm gonna get them on pace with everything, Mark. I mean, you've seen me do the thing.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, like, come on, come on, that guy.
Richard Pryor Jr. over here acting like he don't know what to do. Like, bro, you got to start like stepping up, doing what you need to do. Over there, looking like Richard Pryor Jr. Like, why am I not funny? How come my dad was funny, but I'm not funny at all?
The junior is crazy. Oh man.
All right, one more time. We're gonna do it again.
All right.
I was one. This is goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. I'm one of your hosts, Marvelous Malcolm King.
And I'm another one of your hosts, Ricky Ortiz.
He cut out.
Me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
That's
I just want everyone to know I have the worst internet of all of us. Mine's is cheap internet, and my shit ain't fucking go out at all.
Wait, the mines go out?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Me and Mark were the only ones that was good. I paid
Right?
$45 a month.
All right, guys.
But we
all right.
appreciate
Thank
you
you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank
You
you.
guys have a good night.
Yeah, end the live.
You too.